What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you guys, season 5, episode 3. This episode is titled Basketball Bobbleheads and the Brow Girl, you guys. So, before we go ahead and get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, you guys, and also by sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, shall we? All right, you guys. So this episode right here, I couldn't do nothing but laugh at it because there were so many scenes in this episode that had me hollering. So we open up the episode and we see as Whitney is preparing for the trip, right? So you guys remember that this week the girls are going to Milwaukee. So we see Whitney talking to Justin, and you know, she's her and Meredith. I can't with either one of them because it's stupid what they're going back and forth about, right? More so on Meredith's part. So then, we move over. We see Bronwyn in her home talking about the stuff with Lisa. Once again, Bronwyn, girl, I like you, but the decor of your house is atrocious. Oh my God. Every time I see her house, it is like an eyesore. Then we move over to Mary's house. We're in Mary's bedroom. I was like, girl, what is all this stuff in Mary's bedroom? Like, I couldn't focus because of Mary's bedroom. It was so much stuff in her room. It was chaotic. But, Mary called up Whitney to let Whitney know that she wasn't going to be going on the private plane, private jet with the girls, right? She'll be taking her own flight. It is what it is, right? So after that, you guys, we get the, so they showed the new taglines. What I will say about the taglines is I absolutely hate Heather's tagline. I hate Heather's tagline because, girl, that is at this point it's played out. So we need to let that go, Heather. Let go of that tagline because she got the receipts. She got the receipts and something else. Let me see if I can find the taglines online and give it to you guys because the taglines weren't really. There are some that I do like, and there are some that I was just like, yeah, girl, we could have done without some of these taglines. Y'all could have retired these, put these back where you got them from. But let's go ahead and find the taglines of Salt Lake City. Um, Dang it, I know I saw them. Okay, so we're going order of who I like, right? We'll just go in order, no particular order actually. But this is my favorite one. This is Mary's tagline. Mary's tagline is God is my shepherd, and you all look like sheep. So next we have Angie's who says, you may have been in the sorority, but I'm Greek for life, baby. I don't like Angie's. Then we have Bronwyn's who says, the only immediate thing you'd find in my wardrobe is my black card. After that, we have Heather's, which I cannot stand, is don't play with me. I've got the receipts, proof, and the screenshots. And then we have Lisa's who says tequila is my livelihood and my lifestyle is top shelf. Has anybody ever drank Vita tequila? Let me know. Because if you have, is it good or is it bad? Meredith is I'm known for my bathtub, and this year I'm bathing in glory. Now, if you listen to Meredith's tag, the way she was talking in that tagline, I was like, girl, will you sleep? And then Whitney says, on my healing journey, I always travel first class. Now the people have, pulled up Nene's tagline from season 12 of Real Housewives of Atlanta and basically saying, girl, you done copied off of Nene, the great Lanithia Leaks. But yeah, that's really all we got, you guys. So the episode. Now, with Angie. We start with Angie, you guys. Angie. I may not see it for Angie. Angie may not be my favorite person, but do I think that Angie was wrong for, what she did? Absolutely not, right? Because Angie was talking to her husband Sean, right? And they were talking about Bronwyn. Not Bronwyn, they were talking about what's old girl named Brittany. Brittany. When it comes to Brittany, I don't know how I feel about Brittany. Because I think that Brittany is a little thirsty, a little desperate, a little everything in the book, right? Because this whole situation between her and Jared, it screams forced and fake at this point, right? Now I will say, Angie, girl, you and these glasses. I know that they were supposed to be attention seeking, but they are attention seeking, but in a desperate, thirsty kind of way. Just gonna be real with you, girl. Them glasses were ugly, but if she likes it, I love it for her. Not really. So she tells Sean that, about her meet up with Lisa and how unproductive that meeting was with Lisa. I'm like, girl, I'm glad you know that it was unproductive because, girl, Lisa wasn't studying you, wasn't paying you any bit of attention. So I'm glad that you know that meeting was just literally that, meaningless, right? So then she tells him that her brow girl let her know that Jared has slid in her DMs. Now, this is actually sliding in her DMs, unlike what Ashley was trying to say last season or season before about Chris, Chris Bassett, right? Now, granted, the guy did respond to the girl's Instagram story. He did respond to her story, but he then continued the conversation in her DMs, and he was absolutely flirting with that brow girl. Like he was flirting with that girl. So Brittany, I don't really bit much more by this relationship between you and Jared that it's y'all breakups, y'all broken up 16 times, but y'all ain't even been together a full year at this point. It's given you were looking for some kind of a splash to come onto the show. That's what I get from Ms. Brittany. But you guys can tell me what you think and feel in the comment section below. Now, we see as the girls are getting ready to head to Milwaukee, right? Now, I don't know what the hell Heather was saying, Milwaukee, or I don't know what the hell she was saying, but whatever, right? Bronwyn, she's telling her feelings about the whole situation with Lisa not really defending her at the ropes course, right? Now, Lisa ain't really my favorite person on this cast, but I will say that Lisa kind of did speak up for Bronwyn. It might not be in the way that Bronwyn would have preferred, but Lisa kind of did defend you. So, um, Meredith decided to come on the trip after all. She sent Whitney a text a few days before, letting Whitney know that she would be coming. She moved some things around. I'm sure you did move some things around, girl, when you found out production wasn't going to film you while all the other women are in Milwaukee. So you said, you know what? Let me get off my ass. Let me go get my check. That's probably what happened with Meredith. So this is where I cracked up in the episode. So Mary Martha Cosby. Girl, when you literally was in that interview talking to the producers, telling the producers that, Milwaukee, that your daddy lived across the street or lived in the same neighborhood as Jeffrey Dahmer, and one day he was like, what's that smell? I ain't laughing at that. I'm laughing at the fact that she was like, her dad was like, what's that smell? And then next thing he know, Dahmer's getting arrested. I was like, oh my God. Wow. Mary is something else, you guys. Mary is something else. That's all I gotta say. Because I know there were people who season one did not like the fact that I was laughing. And I'll clear this up almost 5 years later that I was not laughing about the hospital comment. It was just the fact that the woman was literally saying somebody smelled like hospital, like that, and the fact that Jen took that as an insult. That was all it was. But we are going back into the past. Um, so we see that the girls invited the girl Melee. I was like, wow. We've only saw this girl a handful of times. And from what I see, no offense to you, no shade to you, Melee, you seem a little bit boring. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Melee seems a little bit on the boring side. So Heather asked about Jack's colonization mission, right? Because I don't think y'all know I don't think that that's a mission. Y'all know I think that that's just them colonizing. So Lisa got upset because um, Jack has some pain in his appendix, right? And despite the fact that I don't care about that mission, and I think that they're nothing but a bunch of colonizers, I do hope that Jack is okay, right? I say all that to say I hope that the young man is okay. Lisa wanted to go there, but he told her no, that he would figure it out. I was like, "Oh, girl, you should have said bump that. I'm still coming." Mary, surprisingly, because y'all know Mary and Lisa don't see it for each other. Here's something that I want to ask to the people who know, watch Salt Lake City, right? And saw what I saw a few months ago when they were filming, because they were on a cast trip. They were on a cast trip when this tea came out about Mary and Lisa, where they say that Mary said the R word about Lisa's son. I don't know if it was Jack or if it was Henry. But then they made let Lisa tell it they made up. But Mary in this scene was so trying to hug, console her and said she would pray for her. So I don't know where that whole rumor came up about Mary saying the R word with regards to Lisa's son. And I'm wondering if this was if because I can't remember if it was Milwaukee or if it was their second cast trip, but I do remember it was a cast trip. I do remember that it was during the time that they were on a cast trip. And I feel like it was Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken. But somebody correct me in the comment section, live chat if I'm wrong, right? So Whitney let the girls know what they're going to be doing, right? So that night they're going to be going to a Milwaukee Bucks game, and then before that, she's going to take them to a bobblehead museum since Mary called her a bobblehead last season. When Mary said, "Wake up, bobblehead." Oh God, that was hilarious. So the producers are talking to Mary about calling Whitney a bobblehead. She said, "I did call her a bobblehead," but she said she's passed the baton from to a bobblehead to someone else. And why did the producers pan that camera to Brittany? I was like, you know what? I actually agree with you, Mary, because she is a bobblehead for sure. Because it's just like her head is just shaking and ain't nothing up there. Nothing's up there when it comes to Miss Brittany. So Mary's son, Robert Jr., he called Mary, right? One caller asked how his mother was doing. He called her to ask her to send him $60 on Cash App. Girl, you better than me. You are better than me. Then on the flip side, we got Brittany over here trying to call up Jared. It's like, oh my God, Brittany. Girl, have some self. I'm gonna steal from my girl Belle perspective. Have some self esteem, girl. Where is your self esteem? Esteem, like literally? Where's your self esteem, at girl? Where is your self esteem? Because girl, you ain't got it today. This man ain't studying you, ain't thinking about you, huh? So as the girls are getting ready to go to do either bobblehead or go to the because Heather also mentioned going to the casino. So as the girls are getting ready, um Angie went to go check on Bronwyn, right? Because she saw how Bronwyn was the last time they were all together. So she just wanted to check on her. So Bronwyn, you won me over in this episode, girl. You won me over hands down. So Bronwyn says, it's mighty convenient and funny that Heather and Lisa want to sit here and say that I talked about Whitney, but I said everything that I said to Whitney. But while we're in the car, Heather and Lisa are talking shit about Melee. And they rolled that beautiful bean footage back to her talking about Melee. and it's Lisa talking about the fact that the girl returns stuff to stores and she's probably about to be banned from the store. I was like, well, I be good god dog. So um what's her name again? Braun was like, yeah, I ain't finna be, I ain't finna be stomped all over and trampled all over. If you want that, you're not getting it. I was like, come on, Bronwyn. Like I said, Bronwyn won me over. So we see Whitney and Heather talking, right? So Whitney and Heather, they're talking about the issues that they have, right? So Whitney is saying, well, I asked Meredith if, she would bring some caviar for us. And when she responded to me, she said, I'm already bringing the caviar. And it was very, very bitchy. I was like, wait a minute, Whitney. So you have an issue with the fact that this woman, I mean, Meredith is monotone. She has one voice. So if Meredith is happy, you can't tell when Meredith is happy because Meredith talks the same way all the time. So, yes, Whitney, I'm going to bring the caviar. Like, that's what you would get from Meredith. It's not like she's going to be like, okay, bitch, I'm going to bring the fucking caviar. Like, you're not going to get that from Meredith. It's like you're going to get monotone. But okay. So then Whitney asked Heather about her and Bronwyn. And so Heather is like, well, it's been a little cold with me and Braun when I tried to speak to her at the airport, but it was literally cold at the airport. She says, but I'm trying to, really feel my way with when it comes to Bronwyn, but she still does have her feelings about what she heard from Bronwyn and what Bronwyn went back and told Whitney. I was like, Heather, 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 Heather. Can we talk about you as well? Because you still have issues about what happened with Monica last season. Okay, cool, right, fine. She infiltrated the group. She was reality Von Tease, right? Okay, cool, we got it, right? We got it. But can we talk about the fact that you lied for a whole season about your black eye? Because you said you didn't know where that black eye came from. But then last year at the reunion, you want to sit there and say, oh, Jen gave you the black eye. So if that's the case, you were defending a criminal and an abusive woman for a whole damn year. Heather, shut up. Shut up. So we see as the ladies have split up to go to, like I said, to the casino and to the Bobblehead Museum, right? So we'll talk about the Bobblehead Museum first, and then we'll talk about the casino because I have something to say about the casino when we get to it. So we get to the Bobblehead Museum. So they're going around looking. They're doing a little scavenger hunt, right? I know they have to look for Marilyn Monroe. They have to look for the Golden Girls. Now, you guys, tell me who you guys think are who with the Golden Girls. So the girls who were at the Bobblehead was Mary, Whitney, Bronwyn, and Melee. Now, granted, we don't know Melee, so I'm gonna say forget Melee, right? But I'm gonna tell you guys who they said was who. So they say Mary is Rose, which I vehemently disagree with. They say Whitney is Sophia. Again, disagree with. No, 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 that's me. No, no, no. Yeah, that's right. They say Bronwyn is Dorothy. I disagree with Bronwyn being Dorothy. And then they say Melee is Blanche. Don't know nothing about Melee, so I can't really say if Melee is Blanche or not, right? I can't say if Melee uh is that or not. Or did I get it backwards? No, so I didn't get it backwards. So what I say is Mary Cosby. Mary Cosby gives me when I think about Mary and comparing it to the Golden Girls, Mary gives me more of a Sophia. She gives me Sophia because you guys know Sophia don't have a filter, and unfortunately, Mary don't have a filter. Then when we come down to Rose, I say Rose is Whitney because Whitney is dingy, and so was Rose. Then you know what though? I don't know. Mary, when it comes to Mary, Mary has a little bit of Dorothy and Sophia because Dorothy will read the hell out of the girls, right? And Mary can read the girls, right? So I think I'll switch that. I think I'll switch that. Uh, my bad, you guys. One of my coworkers is just texting me. So yeah, I'll switch that. So Mary, I say is Dorothy. Whitney, I still think Whitney is a Rose. I still think Whitney is a Rose, and her last name is Rose, Whitney Rose. So Whitney is Rose, and then Bronwyn. I would say Bronwyn might be more of a Blanche, right? Because Blanche, one thing about Blanche is, according to Blanche and her age, she was dating older men, and she always liked older men. So I would say that Ron will be Blanche. Maybe a mix of Dorothy. Maybe a mix of Dorothy. Actually, with this episode, I would say she's Dorothy. So yeah, or Sophia. One of the two. I don't know, you guys. Tell me what you guys think. Because I can see a mixture, like I can see a mixture of different people with different, like with Mary. I can see Dorothy and I can see Sophia, but then also with Bronwyn, I can see Dorothy and I can see Blanche. But again, let me know what you guys think. But I absolutely disagree with what they said. Mary don't give not now bit of Rose. Rose is a dummy. But neither here nor there, right? Now, we move back over to the casino. This is a girls trip, right? Now, when you go out with your girls or with your friends, you ain't sitting at around texting your, and I'm using air quotes, significant other. That is exactly what Brittany is doing when it comes to Jared. Jared has sent her a text message saying he missed her call. And he don't know why he missed her call. You missed her call because you probably saw that the girl called you. You probably like, oh, she's out of town. Thank God I ain't got to deal with her, and ignored her, and then pushed her off to later. I don't really see if again. This is just stupid, stupid, stupid. But Lisa got the phone and texted him basically saying, "I'm out with my girls, and I'll hit you back later when I can." I was like, "Exactly, Lisa. Come on with the come on with the come on with the come on." And again, y'all know I ain't really here for Lisa like that, but I was here for it. I was here for it, absolutely. Um, where we at now? So after that, we see as Heather and Meredith are talking, right? So Meredith. Granted, Heather was stirring the pot by telling Meredith that she talked to Whitney, and Whitney was extending an olive branch by having her bring the caviar. And Meredith's whole thing is, how was that an olive branch? I was like, exactly. I was thinking that, but I didn't say that. Like, how is me bringing caviar and olive branch? But okay, girl, whatever. Meredith feels like Whitney should come up to her and say something to her. I was like, Meredith, it ain't that deep about these damn bath bombs. Like, let the bath bombs go. Let them go. Like Elsa in Frozen. Let it go, Meredith. I don't understand why Meredith is harping so hard on these bath bombs. So then, Meredith, I'm realizing the girls are gonna say this on every franchise now for anybody that's got a business, right? That the girls are selling things from Alibaba because that's what Meredith said, that someone is on people are on social media saying that I guess there's a necklace that Whitney is selling that came from Alibaba that Whitney marked up the price. You know what? It is what it is. So Heather feels that Meredith should tell Whitney, and Meredith is like, no, she doesn't feel like she should do that, and she suggests that Heather does it. I was like, oh my gosh. So then we get to the Bucks game. Angie and this flag and these glasses, cringy. I realize what Angie's doing. Angie wants to have moments, but those moments fall flat for me personally, right? So this is the second scene of the episode that had me crying, but then also had me thinking like, ew, this is nasty when you literally think about what is going on, right? So Angie and Mary, Angie had to use the bathroom, right? So she told Mary to come with her, and Mary's like, I get this part, right? About not sitting on public toilets. Don't do it, right? I absolutely refuse to sit on the public toilet. But then Mary says the reason why she don't do that is because she puts a supersized tampon in so that way she doesn't have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, oh my God, the visuals. I don't need that. Like you're stuffing, oh, because when I think about it, that means when you pull that thing out, I know it absorbs it, but oh God. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. When you think about that scent of urine, God no. Mm-mm. Girl, no. I'd rather squat if I was a woman over a toilet, and I know that ain't. Oh God, but it is what it is, right? So pathetic, Brittany. So Brittany is sitting here FaceTiming with Jared. I was like, girl, you look pathetic. Again, you're at a basketball game. Girl, enjoy the game and call that man whenever you can. He ain't thinking about you like that. And I think you called him. It's like, girl, you need to get a backbone. You need to do something different with your life because this ain't it. This ain't it, girlfriend. So then behind Brittany, and I don't know how she didn't hear the conversation because Angie was pretty loud. Because Angie saw him and she's like, I heard some things about you, or I know some things about you. But then she tells Bronwyn, and then she shows Bronwyn the messages. And in the message, he literally said that him and Brittany are not together. I was like, well, I think we all kind of knew that. So then Angie decided to tell Brittany, and Brittany broke down crying and walked out. I was like, girl, this can't be a secret to you. Like the girls told you in last week's episode, that man did not go official with you on Instagram. He called you his friend. That's not official, beloved. Go work on your like Mary said. Go work on your relationship with your kids. Go do that. Go work on your relationship with your kids. Now, here is the best part of the episode to me because we got another flashback. This is where I said I like Bronwyn because Bronwyn went and told Melee what Lisa had said and told her to ask Lisa what she thinks about her outfit. I was like, I know you lying. Baby, Bronwyn said, I'm torching everything. So she threw Lisa under the bus. And she also came back at Heather in the episode because she addressed Heather. And they showed a flashback to the first episode, which I don't know if that was an unseen footage or not, where literally you see as what's her name? Lisa and Heather are talking about Whitney always using her trauma. I was like, oh yes, oh yes. When I tell you guys, I like uh Bronwyn. I like Bronwyn. I really, really like Bronwyn because Bronwyn said, "No, girl, y'all got the wrong bit." And I was like, "Yes, they do, girl. They definitely do." Because she was sticking it to Heather. Now, what I will say, like I said last week with Heather, I do believe Heather was putting 20 on 10. I really do. I really, truly believe Heather was putting 20 on 10, you guys. But that was an episode. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. Turn your post notifications, you guys. Share the video. And until next time, please stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys later. So I don't know when I'm going to go live to discuss the Golden Bachelorette. And I know for sure we'll go live tomorrow to discuss OC, and what just came back? Oh, Love is Blind. That started this week, so I'm gonna probably end up doing a live on sometime Saturday to do Love is Blind, and then I'm thinking Sunday we may go live to discuss the series finale of Ghost. I am still gonna do a pre-recorded video of Ghost, but I think I might also do a live. Not certain on that yet, but yeah, stick around, you guys. Also, let's get into the blogs tomorrow, as well as Reasonable Doubt. That'll be up tomorrow. And I'll see you guys for something else. Bye, guys.